Welcome everybody to the sophomore boys basketball game between the Capital Eagles and the Boise Brave. I am your host Aaron Holt alongside Chris Lewis.
Happy to be along, and this one is going to be fun. We have two teams looking for their first win of the campaign. I know it's early. I know when we're at this level of watching sophomore basketball, you're in here to get that experience. But let's be real, the experience is more fun when you're the team that has more points. So you're never going to see two energized teams getting ready to tip right off.
Caden Rothenbuehler tips it back to Jackson Berg. Berg makes a cut to the left. Pass over to Matt Taylor. Jackson Berg gains possession of the ball. Passes again to Matt Taylor. Taylor back to Berg. To Jordan Peterson. Berg picks it up again. Cuts inside. Puts it up. No good. Boise gains possession of the ball.
That's pretty excellent man-to-man defense on that possession by Boise and being able to lock all the windows and doors, preventing any path to the paint, forcing a tough jumper.
Cale Williams tries to pass it in, but it is regained by Capital. Jackson Berg to Matt Taylor, puts it up for the easy layup.
Scoring in transition, we know that's going to be a key. We already saw in the first possession the half-court defense from Boise, tough to solve. The way you solve it, you get out and run in transition, and that starts with defense.
Isaac Taylor has the ball, passes it over to Kerry Elliott. Elliott inside. Got a jump ball on the play.
Arrow keeps it here with Boise. Now, what Capital does is they deploy a zone. We're seeing it on this possession, the 2-3, where you see the two players, the guards at the top, they're out there to hound the ball handlers, but at the bottom are the players that are playing the wings.
Jackson Berg attempts to lay up, doesn't get it. And it is Boise's ball.
Now, Aaron, of course, the point of a zone is to make the offense have to execute a lot of passes and get the defenders to move in sync. If you're the offense, if you can get it to that high post right by the free throw line, that's your key to beating it because that condenses the zone, and then you have a lot of options from there.
Isaac Taylor for Boise passes it to Jack McQuestion goes for the shot, but Capital regains the ball. Berg, again with the ball for Capital.
And Aaron, sorry, you saw the shot by McQuestion there, right at that elbow area, that high post. That'll be the key.
Matt Taylor attempting to go for the three, clunks the rim. Boise capitalizes and gets the layup.
Great job by Kerry Elliott there ahead of the pack in transition. You mentioned defense on each side. Both excellent in their half-court defense. Get out and run, set. Those are the easy points are going to come from.
Berg for Capital. Walker Frisbee misses the three.
Great at the top of your screen there. You're seeing a little bit of the sportsmanship and aggressive closeout that time by Frisbee. Might have ran into the shooter that time, but dapping each other up right after. That's what you love to see.
Frisbee inside to Berg, outside to Taylor. This Boise defense has been showing a tough
You're right, Aaron. It is tough, and these are different styles of defense. Is what makes it fun. We have man-to-man on one end, this 2-3 zone on this end, but that's an excellent cut right there to the middle. Great look as Taylor was fouled.
Isaac Taylor prepping for his second free throw.
Wonder if we have shooters' rims here at Capitol. That was a very friendly roll off the back of the rim. Maybe a shooter's gym.
Taylor makes the second one. Jordan Peterson subbing in for Marcus Ritchie. Jacksonburg inside cut, puts it up.
What a strong take, Jacksonburg. Fighting off the contact, and that's how you use your body as a shield. And the players who are able to do that at this level certainly have a bright future, because that's a skill that translates as you continue to move up levels. If you can handle contact and still score it, that'll go a long way.
Cale Williams has it back for Boise. Kerry Elliott tries to cut inside for Boise. Tries to pass it outside, but Jackson Berg gets the steal. Berg puts it up, misses it.
That's a tough call if you're on the side of Boise there. You feel like Berg was the one to send it out, but on the other end, defensively, you get the ball in the middle of the zone, you gotta make quick decisions or else you're gonna get conversed.
Walker Frisbee passes it in. Matt Taylor has it, puts it up. Barely rolls off the edge of the rim, Boise's ball.
That's an excellent box out there by McQuestion, and then using the elbows to secure it.
Ball is swatted out of bounds by Jordan Peterson.
At the college level, a team like Syracuse plays this 2-3 zone, which is a defense that Capital is playing right here. The reason they play it, they feel like it benefits the long bodies, the long athletes. And as you can see right there, that tip pass, that's what you're looking for in a zone.
Jack McQuestion passing it in for Boise. Cale Williams has it for Boise. Surveying the court. Pass outside. Outside again to Hudson Pruitt. McQuestion's got the ball again. Capital regains the ball, but Boise was nearly able to beat the zone that time.
Yeah, a lot you saw in that possession, Aaron. 3 different players flash high post to that free throw line area. As it's out of bounds, it'll go to Boise. But one of the things that's interesting, again, for the high school level here in Idaho, no shot clock. So it's hard to play a zone for that long a period of time. Eventually, if you're patient enough to work it around, you're going to get a good look. Granted, you hold on to the ball on the pass.
Attempted pass for Hudson Pruitt, picked up by Jackson Berg. Matt Taylor's got it, passes to Jordan Peterson. Outside to Jackson Berg again. Misses the shot, Boise's got the ball again. Cale Williams directing the attack. Travel called on Boise. That was Jack McQuestion.
Got him to hesitate just a little bit. Zone, one of the things that it always did when you're playing against the zone, it makes you think a little bit, right? It makes you hesitate. You don't have that defender right in front. You're trying to read defense. And sometimes when that happens, you take that extra step, and that's what we just saw.
Jacksonburg outside to Walker Frisbee. Frisbee takes the shot. He's just put Capital up.
What a smooth pull-up, too. That one had a lot of sauce on it as he just rose right over the defense.
Tipped pass by Jacksonburg. Boise regains it.
An excellent open under that time. Prosper getting the defender in the air. Almost surprised that that's not in the act of shooting there on the left block. You know, at the next level, there's something called continuation, and you might have gotten the benefit of the continuation, but at the high school level, you're going to be very, very cautious giving that out. So that's why we're going to have the baseline inbound.
Walker Frisbee. He's got the ball for Capital. Pass outside to Aiden Brooks. Again to Walker Frisbee.
And Jack McQuestion that time came up a little bit limp, and whenever you see that, your immediate thought is ankle, right? Because you're in a crowd, you come down wrong. That's like almost the easiest basketball injury to suffer, but certainly not the easiest to recover from. And as you can see him at the bottom of your screen there, tying up those shoes, sometimes making your shoe a little bit tighter, helps hide the pain and keep your ankle a little bit more stable.
Walker Frisbee attempts for the shot. Jump ball called.
You can see a replay of that. I mean, that was an excellent interior play that time, and it got the defense fired up. Rothenbuehler was physical down there. And you could tell that's a point of emphasis on the Capital side, the way they reacted to that rebound.
Walker Frisbee's three attempt leaps out of the hoop. Frisbee with that aggressive play off the pass.
Aaron,
it is out of bounds.
Yeah, good point there, Aaron. You can see how a zone defense doesn't mean it's the same each trip. Sometimes the wings are more aggressive. Sometimes the top of the zone more aggressive. So you can even have different styles of defenses within the 2-3.
Prosper Gittinge leading that fight up front. Does not turn into any points for Boise this go-around.
About a minute left in the first quarter. Remember, we don't see the clock on the screen. Sometimes you can see it go behind the basket on each side. And of course, I want to remember to mention how much time is left throughout the rest of the half.
Aiden Brooks leading the charge for Capital here, surveying the court. Outside to Corbin Haskell. Pass to Caden Rothenbuehler. Doesn't work out. Boise's got the ball back. Prosper Gittinge cuts inside. Gets knocked down on this one.
What a gorgeous Euro step, though. A Euro step, which, for those unfamiliar, one step one direction, second step opposite direction. It's usually a way when you're in transition to leave the defender in the dust, give yourself a clear path. He went with his strong hand, his right hand. Although, as I see him shoot this first free throw, it looked like a lefty shooter. But as still, the transition Euro step is one of those moves that has gained a lot of popularity over the last 10 years.
Gittinge with his second free throw attempt. And he's got it.
I love a good, gorgeous left-handed shooter. I mean, that was perfect for him. It's just something about lefties. It looks better when the ball goes in.
Aiden Brooks leading the offensive charge for Capital. Pass to Haskell. Nearly loses it, but he's got possession. Brooks takes it outside, looking for an open man. Brooks cuts inside now. Rebounded by Walker Frisbee. A lot of traffic inside. Justin Oliver's got it now. That'll do it for the first quarter for us. Stay tuned on KCHS TV.
Start of the second here at Capitol High School, the hometown Eagles. The early 6-5 advantage. Good half-court defense, though, Aaron, the story early on through the first quarter.
Yep, and also not to mention, both teams have had big offensive plays inside that have not panned out for them.
Right wing Elliott, he's hounded at the top of this 2-3 zone defense. We talked about it throughout the first quarter. Flaker has it ripped and picked by the free throw line. Causes an outlet for Capital. Berg in transition. Misses the righty layup. Getting it back is Peterson. It won't go. And finally a rebound for Taylor for Boise. So Boise gets away with one there as they take over possession on this left end.
And what we noticed from that rebound by Capital is they're clearly unhappy about not capitalizing on that play. But what we saw there was very good defense off the pass, and I think they just need to capitalize on that a bit more, and it'll lead into more offensive scores.
Elliott called for steps on the other end, so Capital another chance to solve what has been this tough, looks like right here, a 1-3-1 zone defense. Peterson step through move, great lead for Ritchie, misses the initial look, stick back up and in from Peterson. Capital bench loves it, largest lead of the game at 3.
And again, Capital's got those bigger guys inside, and they're fighting their way through the traffic to get those inside points.
Size a factor. A minute 10 into the second quarter, it's a 3-point lead for Capital. Left wing three is cashed in by Hudson Pruitt, our first long ball for the 6'10", or 6'2", I should say, 10th grader. That locks it at 8. Great crossover dribble to get inside the paint. Berg with the floater, up and through. And now the offense is starting to heat up here in the second quarter. Capital back into the zone defense and a steal by Berg. He's fouled en route to the hoop. At the high school level, there's no such thing as a clear path foul, although back at this level, or back at the pro level, you might get a couple of free throws and the ball, but that all started with a great defense. Couple of substitutions as Boise brings in Connor Johnson. He stands at 5'10", the 10th grader.
And again, back to Jackson Berg. He's been playing some very aggressive defense, and he's been capitalizing off that now on offense as well.
Capitalizing, right? With capital being the capital part of it is. You're right, he's been great defensively. Clapping for the ball, will he get it? Yes, Berg does. At the top against his zone. With a hip-high left-handed dribble, locking horns with Williams on the side of Boise. Remember, no shot clock at the Idaho high school level. Corner three is long from Frisbee. Capital gets another chance. Jumper drilled by Jordan Peterson. He's just a 9th grader, but builds the lead back up to 5. Great bounce pass in the middle of the zone, but the wing gets the interception once again. Brooks with the steal as Capital has a chance to build on its largest lead. 5:25 to go until halftime. Another three by Frisbee. Bring it up. Walker Frisbee from downtown. Timeout Boise. What a run for Capital. They scored 10 of the game's last 12 and have a 16-8 lead with 5:16 left in the first half.
Capital now beginning to heat up on offense. also getting those tough points in paint, but also beginning to heat up downtown.
Yeah, and that was one of their best half-court possessions that we've seen, Aaron. The swing from left to right, finding the open shooter, and that was about as perfect as a shot can be.
No doubt about that.
So Capital with the 16-8 lead, a lot of it starting on the defensive end, the 2-3 zone working. And sometimes, as we're seeing really with both teams here in the second, when you're playing the zone, the more you see it, the more comfortable you are against it. And second quarter offense seems to be much cleaner than what we saw in the first, both sides. So let's see how Boise responds here. Coach Adam Wilkinson taking the timeout, so we'll see what the response is. Is Cale Williams the one to bring it across the timeline at 5-7. As Capital, you can see they have switched here more to a man-to-man look on this possession, no longer in a zone. Johnson off that right wing screen, flings it far corner. Flaker draws the attention of a couple, delivers back out straight away. Prosper Gittens, who we've seen his Euro step a few possessions ago, that was an excellent move. 2 power dribbles for Flaker, and he hits the run-ending floater. They'll pull Boise within 6. 4:35 to go, second quarter from Capital High School, sophomore game between Capital and Boise. Matt Taylor, we saw him in his first stint looking comfortable, strong defensively. Near side corner, Brooks. Brooks staring down the defender as Capital patient. Far corner, it's a Taylor triple, bullseye. Matt Taylor, second 3 in a row for Capital, 19-10 Eagles. Halfway through the second quarter. Johnson tries the baseline and a whistle. That's an offensive foul. It's a moving screen whistled on Robinson Wells, the 6'2 center. A well-deserved break as Marcus Ritchie heads to the bench. On the Boise side, you can't see it in your screen, but Adam Wilkinson, coach, wanting an explanation from one of the refs on that last moving screen. Jackson Bird calling out a play. Can Capital keep up the hot shooting? Instead, they go on the interior. Back out, top of the key, Taylor triple. Back rim and off, Taylor again. This is Bird, left-handed floater halfway down. And a rebound grab by Williams, foul in the backcourt. Capital dominating the second quarter, had a 1-point lead, 6-5 after 1. Already 13 in quarter 2 for the Eagles.
And ever since Capital started mixing up their offense, that is between, those tougher up-front points and also the deeper threes, we've seen them heat up a lot more on offense as well as on defense.
That's a tough miss inside by Gittens. And once again, Capital with a chance offensively, but one of the rare mistakes here in the first half as Peterson couldn't handle the entry pass. You see the score clear there, 3:17 left here in the first half. A strong second for Capital to gain some separation. And Capital switching up their defense, no longer in a zone, more of a man-to-man look as Williams with a blow-by, and he is fouled on the way to the rim. About the quickness there from Cale Williams, 5'7", just a 9th grader, and that time with the quick first step. Abdullah Alda-Audi in for Capital in that most recent substitution. Corner triple for Flaker. That's off the back of the rim. Great chase on the rebound. Connor Johnson gives the Brave another look. In the middle of what is the zone defense on this possession. Tough runner for Robinson Wells off the mark. Once again, Boise another chance. Williams wants corner. Not a clean catch by Gittens. If he would have caught it cleanly, he might have been able to launch. Instead, launching is Flaker. Another 3 is off the mark. Rebound scooped up by Berg, lost it. Gittens gets it for Boise and is fouled on the left block. Gittens has had an active first half for Boise. Good look at him there. A lefty shooter. First, around and down. Capital brings in another fresh body, Marcus Ritchie, which gives Rothenbuehler a bit of a break. Prosper Gittens back at the strike. 5'11", 10th grader, listed as a forward. Largest lead, 9 points for Capital. Right now at 8. High rebound off the back of the rim and a rip down by Ritchie, who just recently came on. Berg with the keys to the offense, stops at the free throw line, and a reach-in foul. Cale Williams, the guilty party there. So Aaron, what are the things that you've noticed from Capital here in the second quarter that's allowed them to build this 8-point lead?
So far, they've been taking more shots from downtown as well as some inside, and also their defense mixing it up between man and zone, and also just the excitement and the energy on the Capital side of the ball.
Well, that's a beautiful move by Gittens. He's had an impressive half number one. Last 3 have been scored by Boise, trying to cut into what was a 9-point lead. A lob entry pass on the right block, but that's an offensive foul. Marcus Ritchie pushed off on that lob with the defender fronting. Sajad Muhammad, fresh body for Capital. Well, Justin Oliver into the game as well. 19-13, a $1:35 to go, second quarter. Working the high post, Kerry Elliott. Elliott has a couple around him. Again, you got to make quick decisions in the middle of that zone. Brooks, back to Elliott, and a whistle. I'll check that. Yeah, that was Elliott who was hit. Pruitt who set him up. And a foul against Capital. That's Marcus Ritchie called. Ritchie, one of the bigger members of Capital on this sophomore team, with both teams, again, looking for their first win. First in the 1-and-1 is in and out. A rebound grab by Ritchie for Capital. Matt Taylor, Gittens defending. Zooming around the screen, Frisbee, the off-balance jumper is too strong. And that's Johnson on the board for Boise. Under a minute left, a chance to cut into the deficit. A distance deuce, too strong from Pruitt. Capital can't corral the rebound, but they get a steal. Outlet goes to Taylor, 2-on-1 break. Great lead to the left block. The bank is up and in. That's how you run a 2-on-1 break. Walker Frisbee, the one to deposit 2.
Capital this time building up a team chemistry that is seemingly unbeatable this half.
Beautiful steal by Oliver, and a chance for Capital to go up double digits before half. Loose ball gets to Ritchie, and again, Capital can hold for one if they want, but that is a travel. The second foot drag from Frisbee, a little bit too excited to make that read, and now it can be Boise that can hold for one. So we'll let the clock wind down. We'll count it down for you. 10 seconds left. Left wing Elliott, back right wing with 6 to go. This is Johnson. 2 seconds left. 1 second left. Has to launch. That one's low off. So a look by Pruitt is off. And what a second quarter for Capital. After leading by just 1 after 1. Outscored Boise by 9 in quarter 2 to take a 21-13 lead at the half. We'll have the rest of the half coming up from Capital High School after this. Capital up 21-13.
And welcome back, everybody, as we close out halftime for this sophomore boys basketball game between the Capital Eagles and the Boise Brave. Capital is currently up 21-13, but we will see if Boise can rally from the deficit they're currently in.
Yeah, that second quarter got hype. That got exciting. There's not much fans in here. We have to follow the COVID protocol. Again, we're so looking forward to the day where, we can really start to fill up a small gym like this. But today's not that day. But you can only imagine with more people in here how that place would have been rocking during that Capital second quarter run.
Capital looking for an early offensive score here in the third quarter. Jackson Berg cuts inside, puts it up, narrowly misses, but Caden Rothenbuehler puts it back up and in.
That size for Capital has been such a factor. It was in the first half, and doesn't take long to show itself in half two.
Boise leading an offensive attack. Attempted pass, not good. Capital's got the ball back. Walker Frisbee trying to take it inside. Doesn't get it. Passes it out to Matt Taylor, who passes it to Jackson Berg. Berg surveying the court. Hits Walker Frisbee again. Back outside to Berg. Berg up for the three. Narrowly misses. Puts it back up inside the paint, and it's good.
A piece of advice you usually don't hear anymore: follow your own shot. Well, he did that time and knew exactly where he missed, so he can go get it.
Berg calling for the foul on the play, none called. As
like Harry Elliott was the one who was a little bit injured on that play, and it's been a tough game so far for Boise. On that same token, we saw Jack McQuestion a little bit hobbled in the first half, and we haven't seen him since.
Prosper Gittinge, one of the key players for Boise in the first half, misses that shot. Berg goes inside again, doesn't get it this time, but Matt Taylor with the rebound. Walker Frisbee puts it up, narrowly misses again. Caden Rothenbuehler has got the ball, but it is.
Looks like it's Boise ball here. Walker Frisbee might have missed that shot. He's just a ninth grader. I'm telling you, he has a pure release with the right hand. Just an awesome textbook gooseneck on the release.
Capital ball again.
And they're going to get Cameron Cadwell there on the foul for Boise.
Matt Taylor looking for a man. Walker Frisbee cuts inside, misses the shot.
Blocking foul that time called on Cale Williams for not sliding his feet and bumping the ball handler.
Frisbee to Taylor, back to Frisbee. Berg inside again, puts it up, and it's good.
They're gonna wipe that bucket off. Okay, then Rothenbuehler carved out room a little too aggressively down low in the paint right there, and the rest didn't miss it. Can't knock people out the way to create the driving lane.
Here's Walker Frisbee, crossover. A little bit of a traffic jam and a couple guys go down.
Once again, though, you love to see the sportsmanship right on your screen. Might have been scrappy, might have been a bit intense. You heard some players expressed some disagreement on the call, but when it came down to everybody getting back up, you saw everybody keeping sportsmanship first, which is really the most important thing at this level.
Walker Frisbee again with that runaway steal. Dumps it off to Berg. Berg puts it up in the paint, but it doesn't get in. Boise's got the ball back. Cameron Cadwell was able to put that one up.
So even though that basket went in for Cadwell, Capital's still in control of this game. And we're talking a lot about the offense for Capital with the timeout called, but you really have to look at the defense here. I mean, Boise with only 15 points for about midway through the third quarter. And that all starts on the end. Number one, size. Size always helps, especially on the interior when, there's a lot of battles for loose balls and offensive rebound, key areas for buckets. Well, Capital's controlling that. And then quickness on the perimeter, whether it's been zone or man or whatever defense deployed by Capital head coach Dustin Golden, whatever the defense has been deployed, Capital's had the personnel to execute it well. So I know both teams looking for their first win here. At this point, Capital up 10 second half. This is when you want to close out.
And they've been applying these same tactics on offense too. Here's Jackson Berg getting things started for us again. Tries to cut inside, pass outside to Taylor. Runs into a traffic jam, Boise ball. Hudson Pruitt puts it up. He's got it.
How about that flip in the air? Didn't look like he had the angle. Somehow got it to drop.
Here's Berg again for Capital. Capital a little bit shaky on the inside, Boise ball. And Connor Johnson gets the easy layup.
That's 6 straight scored by Boise, and the Brave right back in this.
Like I just said, Capital's beginning to become shaky on the inside. They may have to rely on those guys outside that can put it up and in.
Well, we just saw it right there, Jackson Berg. What I've seen in this third quarter, his handle has been sensational. His low crossovers, quick to the ground. Ball doesn't extend away from his body. He has it on a string, and those are the kind of players you want as he makes the first free throw. Those are the kind of players you want when you're facing a pressing team. If Boise is going to press like they did that last possession, you want the ball in Jackson Berg's hands, because you're going to feel confident that you're not giving it away.
Berg attempting his second free throw. And he's got it. Comes Isaac Taylor. Pass to Hudson Pruitt. Again to Connor Johnson. To Cameron Cadwell. Misses the pass to Isaac Taylor. And
that again all was initiated though by the Capital defense, forcing Boise to take the timeout, making sure they save possession. They see this as a key one here in the third quarter. 3:19 left in it. Capital still up by 8. Boise can't afford to give away these possessions, and even though, again, third quarter, not exactly the fourth, but down 8, there's not that many possessions left, all things considered. Taking care of the ball, the key.
If they can protect Capital on the inside, they may have a shot at regaining some points.
Just take a look at the heights though across Capital. You have 6'5", 6'3", and then a handful of 6'1s. While the tallest on the Boise side, a couple 6'2". So size clearly in favor of Capital, and they force a turnover right after the timeout. This is Boise's press that we just mentioned before. Get the ball into Jacksonburg's hands. Here we go.
Berg going for the finish, doesn't quite get it. Was fouled on the play. He's got 2 more shots.
That's exactly what we were talking about. You're going to press, which means bringing your defense up into the backcourt. You get the ball into the point guard's hands. He's fast, he's quick, he can handle, he can get to the rim.
Lewis, if he can, shot at the curve.
Berg with the second shot, going through his routine. And he's got it. Here's Isaac Taylor, dribbles it out of bounds.
That's great defense. It's just great pressure, man-to-man, in-your-face defense. And if you're going to bring the defense up, Berg is going to slice it.
Pass inside to Berg. Outside to Oliver. Intended pass for Ritchie turns into a Boise offensive drive. Fight up front for the ball, but it is Capital's possession.
My knee's hurt looking at Kerry Elliott slide on the hardwood like that without any knee pads or anything. Well, I guess he does have one knee pad, but it was his left knee that was the one that was sliding across the ground. And you can almost hear that screeching all the way up here. Yikes.
Justin Oliver tries to put it up, clangs off the rim. Here's Kerry Elliott with the ball for Boise. I believe that was Jackson Powers trying to put it up for the inside point, but did not get it. What I've noticed is that Berg is trying to force it to his guys inside, but he's not getting it there.
Yeah, a lot of these times, Berg has had to handle the ball against some tight pressure. And when he drives, the vision to know when the defense is coming and know where it's coming from to be able to set up your teammates who have the defender drawn. Like, that's the kind of things that you'll learn as you advance throughout your high school career. So you're getting a taste of it here, but once you get to JV and then varsity, you'll be able to really dissect where the traps are coming from.
Cross for Gittens trying to go up for the shot. Does not get it.
The travel took that second step. It hit the ground. We saw him execute the Euro step in the first half. That time tried some more fancy footwork, but a little bit too aggressive.
Aiden Brooks passes it back to Jackson Berg. The Eagles trying to find a man inside. Cannot find him. Here's Berg on the outside. Jordan Peterson cuts inside for the layup with just under a minute to go in the quarter.
Now, it was an interesting angle to see how that play developed. As we could see the ball chase to the far corner there, but that was some great passing in the interior by Capital. One of the hardest things to do in a half-court offense is having big-to-big interior passing, and they had it right there.
Walker Frisbee on the outside trying to pass it inside. Jordan Peterson loses control. Aiden Brooks puts it up, clings off the rim. Traffic jam up front, but Prosper Gittinge for Boise has got the ball back.
10 seconds left, so they have to hurry.
5 seconds.
Welcome back to Capital High School. Start of the fourth, 30-21. Capital in front of Boise. With Aaron Holt, Chris Lewis on hand. Thanks so much for watching, and our wonderful crew for putting us on. Producer running and pushing the right buttons, Adrian. We have Kasia, Aaron, and Eris on cameras, and the main man, Ian Pena, running around, making sure everything's all set and ready to go. Start of the fourth and a Boise steal right out the gate. Williams loses it, but it was poked out of bounds.
Boise starting off the more aggressive defense.
One member of our crew should mention, Mac will be here for game number 2, the JV game. So the crew for the KCHS broadcast, happy to bring you some boys basketball here on a Friday afternoon. Right wing three-pointer by Pruitt is off, but the offensive rebound in the middle of the paint, Gittinge, and the tip back results in a foul. Pruitt at position, and with Boise down as many as 12 in the third within 9, and they can get a couple of free throws here. It can make this one a nervous one for Capital down the stretch. Hudson Pruitt stands at 6'2", cashes in the first. Matt Taylor in for Capital. You can see him entering your screen. Aiden Brooks heads to the bench. The second from Pruitt, around and out. And the rebound funnels to Frisbee. Capital putting the foot on the gas despite being up in the fourth. Right wing three by Frisbee. And Capital gets a big triple to go back up 11.
Capital's been trying to revitalize that deep offense. Their inside attack in the third quarter was not working, but this outside attack might be what steals them the game.
Cahill Williams loses it out of bounds, and Capital takes over possession, a double-digit lead and the ball, 7 minutes to play. Frisbee for Berg. Berg wants Taylor on the wing. Far wing, Frisbee again. Not this time. Free throw line battle, great hustle to keep it alive. Three goes in and out from Berg. And finally, Boise secures the rebound with Flaker. Gittens, he's been the go-to guy. Great footwork, but can't get the bucket. Berg drags the pivot, lost his balance, and a travel, a rare turnover for Jackson Berg.
Yep, Berg's been the go-to guy for Capital tonight. He's been quick on his feet and accurate with his shots.
An 11-point margin. Capital in front. Jackson Berg just hounding Williams, trying to get it across. Gittens on the elbow. Straight away, a three-pointer by Pruitt. Off the back of the rim. Skying for the rebound. Great hustle there by Peterson to grab. And Capital can take their time with 6 minutes left and an 11-point lead, closing in on win number 1. Deep corner, three ball, front of the rim from Berg. Another offensive rebound by Rothenbuehler, and he's fouled. Capital bench loves it as the big man to the free throw line.
Yeah, Rothenbuehler is one guy we haven't talked about so much, but he's been their main man inside. He's been paving the way for guys like Berg to get inside and score some points.
Yeah, Aaron, good point. We even saw him get a couple of offensive fouls for trying to create a little bit more extra room down low. His first of 2 won't go. Kerry Elliott in for Boise. Head coach Adam Wilkinson. Of course, for KCHS, the Capitol High Video Broadcasting YouTube page, make sure you subscribe. We bring you all the home live events, as well as have the video announcements on that same feed. Everything you need to know about Capitol High School. Both free throws off the mark, but Cale Williams fouled in transition for Boise. And it's his turn to head to the free throw line. Boise has to hurry. They're down 11 with 5:32 left.
Cale Williams, one of the unsung heroes for Boise tonight. Been putting up a few points. Misses his first free throw here, but he's been that guy, reliable on the outside, helping Boise get to those inside guys to score.
He's had to deal a lot with the pressure from Berg as well. So you're right, the unsung hero. Misses both, but possession kept alive with Gittens, but he travels. I'm telling you though, Aaron, Gittens has a lot of potential. Once he is able to master that footwork at his size, and you think he's going to grow a little bit more, man, he's going to be quite a player for Boise.
And he's been that, like you said earlier, he's just been that reliable guy inside. We saw that awesome Euro step earlier. He's just got to be able to manage his footwork to its full potential, and he's a star in the making.
Just a 10th grader pulling off that Euro. I know if you're on the Boise coaching staff, things like that just make you drool at the kind of potential. Great ball movement by Capital, leading to an interior path by Rothenbuehler, but credit Boise for the late rotation, and the Brave take over possession. Williams rifles left wing, three-pointer lined up, Johnson turns it down. Instead it's a triple by Pruitt, puts it down. It's a down to an 8-point margin. Boise trying to hang in there.
And the other aspect of Prosper Grittinch tonight is he is stellar on defense. That inside defense, he's been blocking off Capital's inside attack, trying to force the outside shots.
Jackson Berg scored in transition for Capital. Three-pointer missed on this end. However, Boise remains with the ball. And this perhaps now the closing lineup for Capital, bringing in a couple of starters. Aiden Brooks, Marcus Ritchie, who actually did not start this game. Williams to inbound, corner open, Johnson a three, won't go. What a rebound by Gittens, and he gets the bucket and one. And we just talked about his size. That time showing it offensively, getting great position for the hoop and the harm. Timeout called by Boise with 4:17 left in the final frame. 35-27, Capital leads. Difference of this game, Aaron, the second quarter. Capital came into the second leading by only 1, outscored Boise by 8 points in that frame to take a 9-point advantage in the halftime. Right now, an 8-point lead. It was all about that second quarter that Capital used to extend.
In the third quarter, Capital began kind of to choke, and then Boise was able to regain some points. But Capital was trying to rally here, finish the game, attempt to get their first win of the season.
So in that huddle, a great look, and again, shout out to our wonderful crew bringing you the action here. But you can see a great look inside Capital's huddle. And then Dustin Golden, the head coach, designing something. As a fellow high schooler, Aaron, what do you think you want to hear if you're in a huddle like that as a player?
If I'm in that huddle, I want to hear a firm plan just to kind of finish out the game. A good, strong game plan that'll help these guys get their first victory.
That's what's at stake here. Win number 1 each way. Both teams come in 0-2. First free throw, puts it in for Prosper Gittens on the 3-point play. 35-28. Capital with the lead, but Boise on a run to try to come from behind, and a great steal by Williams. Pass up ahead, looking for Elliott. Elliott carves out room on the baseline. Jumper by Johnson is true. What was as large as a 12-point lead is down to 5 with 4 minutes left. How does Capital respond? Double team, work back out, straight away. This is Oliver, lobs too tall for the post player, Mitchie. It's out of bounds. Boise ball, and all of a sudden the Brave have life.
Yep, they've played stronger and stronger defense as the game has progressed, and that's going to be one of their keys if they're going to rally here and get the comeback victory.
What a fun game, though. And right now, Boise down the stretch, making this one a nail-biter. If they could score here, they'll cut it to 1 possession. Elliott finds some space. It's Pruitt's turn, he loses it. Capital with a big steal. Frisbee ahead of the pack. Misses the open layup. Can Capital regather? No, on the second chance shot by Berg. That was a missed chance for the Eagles to get a 3-possession lead. Now Boise can respond. Elliott wants 3. Give him 3. It's a 2-point game with 2:58 left. Time out, Capital. How about Boise? They have scored the game's last 8 points.
And I'm pretty sure Coach Golden is calling that timeout, trying to rally his team so that their defense can hold out against the strong Boise offensive attack that we've seen here in the second half.
So a couple of triples, some stellar defense. Things not coming as easy on the offensive end for the Eagles.
Nope, I think Boise's kind of found their jam, and they're trying to force the outside plays, and it's clearly working for Boise. It is now a 1-score game.
Yeah. 1-possession game down the stretch. It's being able to execute in a half-court set. It's funny. Basketball games can be up and down, high-flying for the game's first 3 quarters. But once you get to a tight game in the fourth, all of a sudden it becomes a half-court contest. Who can execute against a set defense? Both teams with plenty of energy coming out of the huddle. It's a good finish coming up on our hands here at Capital High School for game 1 of the day. Pressure defense. And of course, clapping for it is Jackson Berg. He wants it against the press, but Boise knows that as well. They deny it. Peterson finally finds Berg, and he'll set it up. Remember, no shot clock, so Capital can be patient. Brooks, high post, Rothenbuehler. Deep in the corner, Berg. I expect nothing less than patience, and that's exactly what we're getting for Capital on this possession. Frisbee works back to Berg, and the man-to-man rotates. What an aggressive takeaway. Williams the steal, ahead of the pack. Elliott up and through. We're tied at 35 here in the fourth with 2:15 left.
Capitals offense beginning to choke here. Can they rally, or will Boise get the comeback win?
Berg running the show. Can he get Capital into a set? Turn it over last possession. Williams providing defense. It's a travel called on Berg. Wow. What a fourth quarter for Boise on defense.
Yeah, they've been playing the tougher defense, and Capitals offense has been sort of faltering, and Boise's defense has only been getting stronger in this one. This is going to come down to the wire.
1:50 left, tied at 35. Fourth quarter here at Capital. The sophomore game. Wayward pass. Williams tries to save, nearly threw it in. But Capital gets the forced turnover. Timeout called by the Eagles. 1:40 left. And it's kind of up to these coaches here how they want to manage this down the stretch. You can use up a lot of time without a shot clock. So does Capital want to make it so there's only 1 or 2 possessions left? They have that kind of power there on the sidelines with possession here in a tie game.
I think that's what they're going to want to do. They're going to want to just try to finish out the game, score a little bit, get themselves ahead, and close it out.
But the one thing Boise has been providing that pressure. It's harder to pass against pressure. Cale Williams has been a force down the stretch for Boise. 5'7", just a 9th grader, and he's been all over the ball handlers and also in the passing lanes. So we're going to see it down the stretch here. Capital with Berg. We've called his name a bunch here in the second half. Berg wants Brooks. 4 out, 1 in set for the Eagles. 1:30 left, tied at 35. Berg looks left. Finds to make that Peterson. A little bit more size in for Capital. Wanting that clock to wind down, but a pass goes out of bounds on the far sideline. Frisbee took his eye off of it, and now Boise with possession in a tie game. 1:13 left.
And again, Berg is trying to find those inside guys, but they're just not there.
Williams, he is picked up by Berg. Entry pass, getting step-through move, too strong. And Rothenbuehler brings in the board. Under a minute left, 55 ticks to go. Tied at 35. Man-to-man defense for Boise. Capital takes their time. 4 around the perimeter. Near corner, dribble drive from Berg, draws 2, leaves Rothenbuehler. He's fouled with 37.8 left in the middle of the lane. That's a great setup to get it to the big man. And now 2 huge free throws with under 40 seconds left.
This is coming down to the wire. Caden Rothenbuehler probably is carrying this weight on his shoulders, knowing that making these shots could be the difference between first victory and third loss.
Back rims the first. The 10th grader, 6'5" post player. To put Capital in front. In and out. Rebound battled for. Boise wins the battle with Elliott. Still tied, 30 seconds left. Elliott across half court. Gets some space, leaves, 3-pointer launch by Pruitt, it's off. Rothenbuehler the rebound, 20 seconds left. Whistle and a timeout, Capital. 19.2 to go, tied at 35. If you're Capital here, you hold for 1. And Aaron, you have a lot of options to go with if you're head coach Justin Golden.
Yeah, but the safest option looks like it's going to be very take a lot of time with the clock, and just get those safer shots.
Now Walker Frisbee, great shooter. We haven't seen him handle the ball as much. The ball handler, Jackson Berg, he's good at penetrating into the paint. Caden Rothenbuehler stands at 6'5". He's a post player, takes up a lot of space, but we've seen him miss 4 key free throws down the stretch. Meanwhile, Boise breaks the huddle. They've been in a man-to-man most of this second half with 19.2 left, tied at 35.
The pressure's on for this one.
Berg, across half court with 15, picked up by Williams. Berg with 10 left. To the near corner, Frisbee, back out Berg, far corner, man option, 3 seconds left, interior, runners off glass and in, it goes, Aiden Brooks at the buzzer, Capital gets their first sophomore win with the buzzer beater, 37-35.
They finally hit that man inside, and he was able to capitalize.
Aiden Brooks, a 9th grader, playing in a sophomore game, gets the interior pass, uses the glass, around and down, and Capital wins it 37-35. What a game. Eagles get win number 1. Boise drops to 0-3. What a fun one for the sophomore game here at Capital High School. For our fantastic crew who put this one on, and our producer, Adrian, my broadcast partner, Aaron Holt. My name is Chris Lewis. Thanks again for watching. Capital with their victory, 37-35.